18 months after an uprising and one election that has redrawn Bangladesh's political map. The parliamentary elections in Bangladesh have delivered a landslide. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party swept the 13th Jatiya Sangsad, 212 of 297 declared seats.
There were three main reasons why BNP won so handsomely, getting 2/3 of the votes. First reason was, an important reason was that the entire Hindus have voted against Jamaat-e-Islami as well as the Bangladesh National Citizens Party, and they have voted for BNP. Second most important reason is that the Awami League's registration was suspended, because of which the Awami League's votes also a large number went to the BNP. Thirdly, and a very important reason, is also that Bangladesh is actually a Bengali-Muslim country and not just a Muslim country, and that played a very significant role, where people did not want violence, people did not want to support that party, Jamaat-e-Islami, which had actually taken a lead role along with Pakistan Army in creating deaths and killings of large number of Bangladeshis, as well as the large number of cases that came up against women harassment and women exploitation during 1971.
At the center of it all is Tarique Rahman, Khaleda Zia's son. Exiled for 17 years, convicted under the Sheikh Hasina government, whose cases were overturned after the 2024 uprising. And now, Tarique Rahman is set to take charge as the Prime Minister. But even as BNP celebrates, a shadow looms over the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results of the Bangladesh elections are out, and the headline is not what the media is telling you. The headline is not that BNP has won, that Tarique Rahman will be the next head. No, that is not the headline. The real headline is in the nature of the victory. The entire western border of Bangladesh, from the Chicken's Neck to the Bay of Bengal, has been won by the dangerous, hardline, radical Islamists, Pakistan backing, Pakistan supporting Jamaat-e-Islami. Look at the map. The map reveals it all, ladies and gentlemen. The entire border with West Bengal in India has now been taken over by the Jamaat-e-Islami. The Jamaat-e-Islami has won a massive number of constituencies bordering Indian states. To be precise, 24. Jaipurhat, Nagaon, Rajshahi, Meherpur. This is a very high concentration of radicalization in the bordering areas of India, mostly in West Bengal. And my question is, remember, this is a pro-Pakistani group, which means that radicalization is spread in the entire area of Bangladesh which borders it. That is the threat. Mamta Banerjee, my question is to you. Are you happy with this? Or are you worried? You can't keep quiet. You must tell us, are you happy or worried about the presence of the Jamaat-e-Islami on the borders of Kolkata? The nation wants to know.
This election witnessed the return of the once banned political party Jamaat-e-Islami as strong opposition.
Jamaat-e-Islami winning the border areas is actually a cause of concern for India, and that's primarily so because if you look at which are the border areas, to Rangpur and Barisal were always two places or two provinces where Jamaat-e-Islami had a hold, but this time most of the areas around Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Tripura, the seats located over there have been won either by Jamaat-e-Islami or by the supporters of Jamaat-e-Islami. Now, when we look at this, Jamaat-e-Islami has always been an anti-Bangladesh party in terms that it wanted to remain with Pakistan. And secondly, it hates Hindus. Thirdly, it wants a Sharia law to become inside Bangladesh. And when it occupies a key position at the border states, imagine the disturbances that it can create within India, and India would have to watch out for that.
An 11-party Islamist alliance and a footprint that runs dangerously close to India's borders.
The people who lives around the border especially Shatkhira, Chapainawabganj, Brahmanbaria, and as you showed many 7-8 district, these people are think there is a very high anti-Indian sentiment. There are a lot of madrassas there. They are trained in a way that they grow religious extremists, and they think that as because of the border killing, as because of the water share and other few issues, they think that India is their enemy. That's why the India sentiment is anti-Indian sentiment is so strong there.
To understand why Jamaat's rise rings alarm bells in New Delhi, one will have to go back in time. Founded in 1941, Jamaat-e-Islami opposed Bangladesh's very birth. Groups accused of mass killings, sexual violence, and targeted attacks on Hindus. After the independence of Bangladesh, Jamaat was banned for misusing religion in politics. But the ban was lifted, Jamaat returned not just to politics but to power. The group has won across sensitive border districts along West Bengal, Assam and Tripura. Critically, near the Chicken's Neck Corridor, India's narrow lifeline to the northeast.
Siliguri Corridor, which is just 22 kilometers north of Rangpur. I mean, it's just 22 kilometers in width, and it cuts off. If cut off, this area loses link with mainland India. That is, northeastern states lose their link with mainland India, and this 22 kilometers width is extremely important and crucial for us. So, if any trouble is fermented over there, then it will be an issue to us. And so our armed forces would need to be more vigilant, and we would need to develop better relations with BNP and ensure that the elements, the Jamaat-e-Islami and fundamentalist elements that have won seats in areas that are close to our border are not able to create trouble.
These districts hug West Bengal, Assam and Meghalaya, regions already grappling with illegal infiltration. Jamaat-e-Islami, a party that India's security agencies have long flagged as hostile.
Talking about the border, I think that, between the BSF, which is the border guarding force on the Indian side, and the border guards Bangladesh, which is the border guarding force on the Bangladesh side, there should be very direct and open cooperation. There should be a standard operating procedure to prevent any kind of incidents, either any incidents of violence or any incidents of infiltration. And that can only happen, the border can only be peaceful if the two border guarding forces directly consult and have a dialogue and work with each other on the basis of trust and for mutual benefit.
Intelligence reports have linked Jamaat with Khalistani groups and Pakistani ISI operatives. Pakistan sees Jamaat as a ramp to reassert influence in Dhaka, potentially turning Bangladesh into a launchpad for anti-India activities, much like how it weaponizes proxies in Kashmir. Jamaat's rise coincides with heightened attack on Hindus in Bangladesh, from temple desecrations to forced migrations. Today, Tarique Rahman inherits a restless nation, a powerful mandate and a dangerous opposition. How he balances nationalism, radical allies and regional responsibility will decide the future of Delhi and Dhaka. While the social unrest and democratic collapse in Bangladesh could unfold, a humanitarian crisis on the Indian border, the surge of radicalism on India's eastern front, particularly with parties like Jamaat gaining an active share in power, has added security concerns for India.